Good evening, everyone. David Molko with you on this Wednesday. Hope you enjoyed that amazing skiing. We are so glad you're with us tonight with some parts of the Portland Metro already seeing a wintry mix with more of that possible throughout the early morning hours. So let's get going with live team coverage. Catherine Cook's been roving across the region, but first to Chief Meteorologist Matt Zaffino with the big picture. Matt?
All right, David, thank you very much. Yes, we've had rain and snow mixing below 500 feet and sticking snow above it, and we'll keep the weather impact alert going through tomorrow morning. We may get as much as 2 inches accumulating, but only above 500 feet below that. Nothing sticking, so the roads may get slick again up in the hills above roughly about 500 feet. Portland right now, we're at 38 degrees. Temperatures really haven't changed much since the sun went down about 5:30 this afternoon. But look at this, the Oregon Zoo. That looks like snowfall up at the Oregon Zoo right now, which is at 6,000 feet. It's about 36 degrees there. Temperatures, again, haven't changed a whole lot since the sun went down. Still holding at 32 in Forest Grove, but everybody else is warmer. And that's why this is a marginal event for snow in the valleys. Most valley locations won't see snow. See, it's 37 in Salem, 38 in McMinnville, 38 in Portland. But Doppler radar really paints a really accurate picture here. Watch how this goes. See where it's green? That's the rain along the Columbia River, clear on out towards Longview. Low elevations in Washington County and all along the I-5 corridor. But even the West Hills, Chehalem Mountain showing snow, and the same thing over on the east side of the Coast Range. So again, that's where we're seeing the most snowfall right now. Hey, there's Luca. He was enjoying the snow up in northwest Portland, about 1,000 feet. And this was about 600 feet elevation in southwest Portland, some snow and rain mix. So it's been happening about as scheduled. Again, shouldn't be much of an impact for the valley floor. But if you're above 500 feet, maybe some snow on the roads in the morning, David.
Oh, something to keep an eye on. Thank you, Matt. Team coverage continues with Catherine Cook live at one of those high elevation spots in the Southwest Hills. So Catherine, how's it looking right now?
We are at Council Crest, David, which sits at 1,073 feet. And I can tell you, it is snowing. It's snowing very lightly. It's not sticking. But if you take a close look at my KGW issued hat, you can see some snowflakes. Impressive? I don't know. But I can tell you a lot of places around the Portland Metro will be getting many more snowflakes, and especially beyond. We already saw it today. For example, along the coastline this morning, check out this video of an overturned semi-truck on Highway 6 near Tillamook. They had significant snowfall, and they're expecting more tonight and closer to the metro. In fact, we saw it. This was the scene earlier this evening on Highway 6 near Banks. Lots of fluffy snow accumulating fast. We noticed several vehicles using chains at that point. Speaking of having the right gear, PBOT has been preparing all day for tonight's weather event. They brought in extra crews ready in trucks and materials, including de-icer and salt. Yes, salt. Every winter we get that question, does Portland use that? Yes, since 2017 it's been part of their weather arsenal. The city salts the roads only as needed though, and in real time. But what they're really using a lot of is liquid de-icer in the spots that get hit the hardest.
Freezing or near freezing conditions that could make hills and overpasses slick. We're applying that anti-icer proactively from time to time.
Back live on Council Crest. Again, you can see the snow. I can tell you it has been picking up in the last 5 minutes or so. You can probably see some flakes landing on my hair and my hat. Oh, one just hit my eyelashes. So, I mean, it's anybody's guess what we're going to see in the morning, but it's definitely exciting. We've been kind of waiting for this moment all day. Also, ODOT, I should mention, is also in the mix preparing for highway preparation and response if the snow gets hard. They're not working 24/7 at this point, but they say they are ready to ramp up as needed. David, back to you.
All right, though perhaps hopes for a snow day, at least in big communities in the Portland Metro, are now being dashed tonight. Not impressive, but still exciting. Thanks, Catherine. Well, KGW viewers are sending in photos and videos showing the winter weather. This is from Colette Babson. Thank you, Colette, in Beaver in Tillamook County. Looks like a similar scene in McMinnville and higher elevations. Thanks to Donald Anderson there. Of course, you can always text us what's happening in your neighborhood anytime. Number is 503-226-5088. Oh, look at the puppy. But please do not put yourself in harm's way. Be sure to stay with KGW for continuing coverage of the weather impact alert, including your latest forecast, any school closures. We'll keep an eye on those tomorrow on Sunrise starting at 5 a.m. bright and early. Look for the latest, of course, anytime at kgw.com and on our free TV streaming app. KGW+. New tonight, police arrested 4 people during a protest that derailed Portland's city council meeting. The protesters angry about the ICE facility and had to be removed from council chambers before that meeting went virtual. Alma McCarty was there.
Can we please call attendance? Call roll.
Portland city councilors convened Wednesday with intentions to discuss more than $20 million of unbudgeted housing funds.
Each of you are passing the buck on to anyone else trying to get the heat off yourselves and make excuses for inaction.
A group of anti-ICE protesters who continuously urged the city to close the South Portland Immigration and Customs facility had other plans.
Directing security to please remove the individuals from space.
The disruption, which drove the council to recess and reconvene virtually, continued inside council chambers until Portland police arrived, pushing the protesters out the doors. Meantime, councilors carried on.
Every time we have met so far, the number of dollars being identified has grown. This has been a relatively exhausting exercise.
The council is considering using the money for things like rent assistance or developing more affordable housing. But in the end, Wednesday, they voted to postpone further discussion.
I do not feel like this body is ready to make a decision of this magnitude.
We need to get some money on the streets right now. And just delaying this, I mean, justice delayed is justice denied.
And so the council still needs to decide on that unspent housing money, and we're hearing that they could discuss it, take it up again on March 5th. There's a work session then. We will be following that. David?
Yeah, wonder what they're going to find between now and then. Alma McCarty in the newsroom. Appreciate it, Alma. In an update tonight, it seems an accused stalker is still harassing people near Portland Community College. This afternoon, public safety at the Southeast campus sent out a message about a sexual harassment incident at a bus stop at 82nd and Division. College leaders believe they have identified the man who stalked or harassed students at least 4 times over the last month, but so far it appears none of the victims have filed police reports. Officials say the person in question has already been banned from all campuses. Developing tonight, the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife is warning people in West Salem to be on alert after a coyote bit a woman. This was last Wednesday just outside city limits while the woman was walking along Orchard Heights Road. She suffered minor injuries there. ODFW is asking neighbors in the area to keep an eye on young children, to scare away coyotes whenever possible, and also to make sure not to feed them.
I've seen people in wheelchairs have to be literally carried down those flights of stairs to get home.
A broken elevator may not seem like a big story, but for some neighbors in Northwest Portland, it's meant 2 years, yes, years, without easy access to groceries, buses, and medical care. So why isn't anyone being held accountable? Kyle Boshi has our brand new KGW investigation.
From time to time, we hear about broken elevators, often in high rises or condos. But in this case, the broken elevator leads to a pedestrian bridge that dozens of residents rely on to get to the other side of the tracks. Literally. The footbridge runs over the train tracks at Union Station, and residents, many of them with disabilities, say they can't access this critical link because the elevator leading to the bridge doesn't work.
I have a lot of challenges.
Walking long distances isn't easy for Melody Fry, and stairs are out of the question, which means with no working elevator, Melody has no way to access the Union Station pedestrian bridge.
It's not fair to people. You know, we have to rely on certain things when you have disabilities.
Neighbors say the elevator on the east side of the footbridge has been down for nearly 2 years, and no one seems interested in fixing it.
It shouldn't take 2 years, no. It shouldn't take a month.
The pedestrian bridge crosses the railroad tracks at Portland's Union Station. It's a critical link, connecting residents to groceries, medical services, and downtown Portland's transit mall.
Over there is all the bus lines, all the train lines. From there you can go anywhere. From here, you can go nowhere.
More than 1,000 apartments and condos line this isolated stretch of Northwest NATO Parkway.
There's a lot of handicapped people around here, and people need to be able to go places.
Without a working elevator, a short trip can become a lengthy, sometimes impossible journey.
I've seen people in wheelchairs have to be literally carried down those flights of stairs to get home.
For many residents, the footbridge is the only practical way to cross the tracks.
The only way that we can get over there is to go half a mile down this way or a quarter of a mile down that way walking. There's no way to cut across.
We checked records from Multnomah County. They show the property owner, Union Station B, is responsible for maintaining and repairing the elevator. Union Station B is owned and managed by a Portland development company, DBG Properties. We visited their Northwest Portland office. They declined to comment. Residents say for the past 2 years, they've heard the same thing. Nothing.
Forgotten and ignored.
The other side of the pedestrian bridge has another elevator, and it too isn't working. The City of Portland's development agency, Prosper Portland, which owns the land, said the west side elevator closest to Union Station was closed in January due to vandalism, and it's working to fix the problem.
I think we've all been pretty patient, and I think it's time to get them both working for people that work, for people that are shopping, for people that need to get out.
For residents like Melody Fry, a short trip across the tracks has become anything but simple.
We're stuck without that elevator fixed.
The broken elevator has left her on the wrong side of the tracks. Kyle Aboshi, KGW News.